I think both Aditya and Anil sir have done that. They've backed my vision. Hopefully they'll listen to me easier the next time, and it'll be a easier ride. This is my joyous moment in the show, which will happen in the finale, to
Hmm.
see Anil Kapoor and Tillotama in the same frame. The best person from Hindi mainstream cinema meets one of the finest actors from the parallel cinema. There are many times I'm working on a film currently with Karan Johar and Dharma, and many times while working on a film script, I look back and say, I wish this was OTT. I could have added a lot more layers here. This could have taken its own sweet time. And sometimes Karan reminds me, Sandeep, this is just a film, Sandeep. Focus, focus, go back to it. I'm still not disassociated myself from Arya emotionally. I think the day I can do that, I'll be able to sit back and watch all of it. And the third one, which is coming out soon, hopefully very soon.
I hope you guys are doing great. And if you're as intrigued about what twist Shan and Sherry's life is going to take on the Night Manager 2, we have the man with all the answers. That's Sandeep Modi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. And your trailer has just dropped. So, what are the reactions you've been getting?
My phone has had to be charged twice yesterday. It's the shortest answer I can give on this. I think what is nice is somebody told me that it's a good trailer and I'm happy because I expected it. And I said, that's amazing. If people start expecting the good, then they're no longer surprised by it. And I think that was the best reaction I guess I received. Yeah, we are elated. I'm keen and excited and nervous to show the world the remaining episodes and see how the season finale plays out.
And season one left us with a lot of unanswered questions, actually, and mystery about what's going to happen next. And what is also surprising is you all dropped 4 episodes and decided to leave the next for the upcoming season. So, was it an easy decision to take?
I think it was a mixed bag. It was easy because of the fact that after the whole show was done and I was looking at it, it felt like it's taken me 3 years to make it. It's taken the stories of a man and his journey across 5 years of his life. I felt I don't want it to just get over in a week. It just comes and drops, and people have consumed it. I hate that word. I hate when people say I've consumed the show.
Yeah.
It's something to be felt. You don't consume something. And so for me, I was keen that I find a way that the story is received in the same spirit it is being told. And I was
Yeah.
talking to the guys at Hotstar, and I was asking them, can we do a weekly drop? And I said, no. They said because of their own reasons, they said weekly drop is not something they would advise, but they were keen to split the show. I said, now splitting the show is something which I mentally had not prepared for, and so it took a long time for us to decide. But eventually, once we asked ourselves a question that if this was a film, where would the interval point be? Where would you be okay to let the audiences get up and get some popcorn? And this felt like the right moment. And it's interesting since you asked, and I'm speaking about this. I had in the first part, so many people called me to say we started the first episode and we only stopped after the fourth one was done. And I said, great, that was the right time for the loo break, exactly how we had envisaged it.
But at a time where OTT content is dropping every week or every day rather, so it was a tough decision. I'm sure that you need to be really confident of your content and what you have in store for that longer break and then coming back.
I think either we were confident or we were naive and foolish. I think only time will tell. But we all felt that we've done something with so much love. We wanted to be seen with exact amount of love that we made it. We felt that things get better once you wait for it. And I think if you just give it immediately when you want it, you might value it less. You might love it less. You might not see it the way it's meant to be seen. And genuinely it also allowed me a little more time. My team has pulled their hair out because of me, but I'm still working on trying to better the VFX. Thoda sound mix thoda better ho sakta hai. So we're still at it. We're still trying to improve the last few episodes so the audience gets the best possible viewing experience with it.
Yeah. And both Aditya Roy Kapur and Anil Kapoor are like really different from what you've seen them in the past here. So what was your biggest challenge really getting them into the character?
I had a vision of the tone of the character, how Shan Sen Gupta was. Right from the name, I thought there was a sense of solitude to Shan, and he's a Sen Gupta. He's not your typical Punjabi hero. There's more to him. And Shelley is a Romta. He's a Marwadi businessman. But he's Shailendra. But still, there is an old worldness. Yet there is a new world Shelley to him. So these were these small things which are all inherent to the names, to the writing, and to find a tone from Aditya and from Anil sir, which which feels like it is a version of how they would play the character, and how would they do it in a way that it feels real, believable, and yet so entertaining, and I would, if I have to say, I would say Anil sir, the challenge was he would say, I've never done a villain before, Sandeep. And I would say, sir, don't play it like the villain. Play it like the hero. And the moment we cracked that, I think that was the biggest win, because he would say, okay, I'm the hero. I said, yes, you are the hero. And for Aditya, I would say the biggest challenge for us was to be confident about the fact that here's a protagonist who actually fails in the opening act. Here's a protagonist who has his demons from the past. Here's a protagonist who actually speaks less. So the storms are simmering within him, and for us to go ahead with a character like that required a lot of gumption from us. I think after every schedule, I remember Aditya and me talking. I would call him if you're on the eve of the shoot. I said, Adi, listen, same thing, huh? Don't change a thing. Don't change a thing. We're going right. Don't change a thing. He said, yeah, yeah, Sandeep, absolutely. No, 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 I won't change a thing. Because every time you're worried, you're sensitive as an actor, as a director. You want to fall back on the tropes that have worked for you in the past, and to give them confidence that this will work, and to stick your neck out. And I think both Aditya and Anil sir have done that. They've backed my vision, and they've gone out, and I'm genuinely touched that the audience has liked it equally, and it hopefully they'll listen to me easier the next time, and it'll be a easier ride.
True, true, that's true. And especially with Aditya, it came as quite a surprise because actors tend to get kind of typecast as the romantic hero or the alcoholic, like in his case. But how did you get him to break that image completely?
Kudos to Aditya for that. The only time I remember the feeling that yes, there is a stereotype which sometimes plays at the back of an actor's mind, doesn't want to get stereotyped. There was a scene in episode 2 where Shan has to break down his character to become attractive to Shelley. He starts doing drugs, he starts doing alcohol. He said, "Arey baap re, wapas alcohol aa gaya Sandeep ki life mein." I said, "Adi, it's just a montage. We'll keep it very short. Don't worry." And
Yeah.
but it's actually Aditya. It is actually a director can say, I can demand, but it is for an actor to give in. It's for an actor to commit. And I think Aditya committed to it. He really stayed in the space. He really stayed in the character. He had the courage to not fall for the given tropes, to not allow the demonic voices in the head to get the better of him. I think it's all him. I'm only the ringmaster. It's them who have done it.
And another surprise was Tillotama Shome. She was obviously awesome as she always is. But was there a reason you all kept her as a surprise? She wasn't all over during the promotions, and when we actually saw her, that's when she took us by surprise.
Yeah, I really feel there's a joy in discovery. Credit to the marketing team. They felt that the audiences should come in thinking, oh, they're going to get an Anil Kapoor and an Aditya Roy, and there'll be bits of Sobhita in it. But when you see Tilotama and the freshness and the way she performs, it will blow your mind because you didn't expect it. But the moment if you put her out there and make it about her all the time, it might have felt slightly different. So I think it's kudos to marketing for having the gumption for it. I enjoyed working a lot with Tilotama, and the idea that, can you imagine a single frame, and this is my joyous moment in the show, which will happen in the finale, to
Hmm.
see Anil Kapoor and Tilotama in the same frame when they two will meet again. I think that moment makes the show for me. The best person from mainstream Hindi mainstream cinema meets one of the finest actors from the parallel cinema. I think
Yes.
that's the joy of OTT. That's what we are here to make.
That's so true, actually, because you wouldn't really, imagine that happening in a Hindi film on the big screen. But here you get so much to experiment, and the audience is loving it really. So, anything that you really like about OTT as a medium, where you get to, play around so much?
It allows you to meander. It allows you to go into layers. It allows you to tell a story at its own pace. It allows you to take a break for 4 months and come back and tell the same story and complete it. I think it's one of the most exciting mediums for any creator. There are many times I'm working on a film currently with Karan Johar and Dharma, and many times while working on a film script, I look back and say, I wish this was OTT. I could have added a lot more layers here. This could have taken its own sweet time. And sometimes Karan reminds me, Sandeep, this is just a film, Sandeep. Focus, focus, go back to it. It is the joy. I would say it spoils you. The medium spoils you. You are keen to tell a story with so many layers, and only OTT allows it.
True, and you've been associated with other path-breaking projects as well, Arya, for example. So, is that a show you still catch up on? Because I'm sure it's close to your heart as well.
Actually, after the first part, I realized I should not catch up on it.
Okay.
The moment I moved on to the night manager, I remember saying I will only go and watch it and say, I wish this scene was done better. I wish this character would have done better. I
Hmm.
would actually do disservice to the show and not watch it with the right lens which I should be seeing. I think now I'm still not disassociated myself from Arya emotionally. Uh, I think the day I can do that, I'll be able to sit back and watch all of it, the second season and the third one, which is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'll wait for that day, hopefully very soon.
Yeah. And since the night manager, of course, you give it your own spin, but it was a recreation. But is there any other series that you wish you get a chance to recreate in the future if you had it your way?
Normally, when you say a show which you want to recreate, the shows that come to your mind are the shows which are perfect, which you love. But
True.
I would
Yeah.
say I never want to recreate anything which I love. I want to attempt retelling a story which I thought had potential but could not be told in a way I would have liked to say it. I would love to do a Stranger Things. While I love the show, and that's the only exception I would say. I think that show is perfect, but I wish I was a director making the same show exactly the way it's been done. It's beautiful. It's path breaking. There's another show which I really enjoy. It's called The Bear. It's a fabulous show set only inside a kitchen. These are wonderful stories, and I think there are stories within our own country that are waiting to be told. And there are books which are waiting to be adapted. I'll be happier getting an opportunity to put those together and bring them to life.
And finally, of course, we have to ask you, what do the audience expect in season two? All those who are waiting.
If you love the first four episodes, you'll know that it's like, how when you're on a roller coaster, it's riding, riding, riding. It comes at a peak, and now you know the drop off is going to happen. It's going to just pick up pace.
Yeah.
That's where you are. That's where we are on the ride. It's going to go and enter a sphere where it's going to be 4 times the thrill, eight
Okay.
times the fun, 16 times the tension, and I hope 100 times the love.
Looking forward to all that. Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Natasha. Pleasure talking.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.